Hello everybody. Firstly, if you could like and subscribe to my channel, that'd be very nice of you, and leave a comment. Obviously, I'll give you the same thing every single week. I'll give you the meat on the review of Raw and Smackdown. I cut off all the fat and let's get straight to the point with the review. So if you didn't get to watch it, you could just quickly watch it here, 5-minute review, and I'll keep you updated. So it starts with Edge coming out. He calls out Dom because obviously Dom turned on him at the Clash of the Castle, which I did a review on. You can catch that on my feed. Basically talking about their history. He was playing with Dom when Dom was little. I don't know, like playing with him, like obviously playing with the kid. Then he calls out Dom, and then Ray comes out instead, says chill, just leave it. He made a mistake. And then Rhea Ripley comes out and basically says Dom's his own man, leave him alone. And then Dom comes out dressed in all black like the Judgment Day. And then he walks down to the ring to go and take out Edge. But as usual, Finn and Priest started attacking Edge from behind. And then Dom joined in. And basically the Judgment Day just took out Edge altogether. Then in the back, we had Miz talking about, avoiding the question when it comes to Dexter. And Miz was having an interview and turned around and somebody flipped his car. Obviously, Dexter did it. Dexter did it. Then we had a four-way tag team match for, I believe, the number one contendership. So it was a New Day versus the Alpha Academy versus Los. I always get it wrong. Los Fieros. I always butcher that name. And the Street Profits. Good match. Match was going well. Obviously, a few high spots here and there. And it got down to a part where Gable's put the ankle lock on Montez Ford, I believe it was. And all we heard was, bah! Braun Strowman comes down. He makes his massive return back into the WWE because obviously this is the Triple H era. So Braun Strowman comes out and it literally obliterates everything that's moving, that's breathing. Wrestlers, security, anyone in the path got flattened basically. So welcome back Braun Strowman. I like Braun Strowman. I've always liked Braun Strowman. I think he's a brilliant big man and it's good to see him back. So good to see you back, Braun. That's awesome. Then we had a tag team match. I believe it wasn't for the titles. Raquel and Aaliyah, the women's tag team championships versus Doudrop and Nikki. Really good match. In the end, Raquel and Aaliyah won. Then Theory basically comes out. Now, Theory usually is a solid promo, but for some reason he was off. He was messing up his words. He was calling Clash of the Castle, I think, a different name of pay-per-view. He was just messing things up. Then KO comes out and KO basically puts him straight and wants him to have a match. And then them two have a match and then KO beat Theory. It's literally a walkthrough. Then when Team Bailey came out, that's what I call them, Team Bailey, saying how obviously they won at their match, they won at Castle, they dominated. Bianca comes out. Bianca wants her to exact her revenge on Bailey because Bailey got the pin. And Bailey's walked out and go, yeah, we'll see what happens. Because if I want your belt, I'll come and get it. That's basically what happens. And that was that. Then we had Rey Mysterio versus Priest. Damian Priest, really good match. But in the end, Priest won with the help of Judgment Day and Dom with a lot of interference. Then we had Bobby Lashley saying Miz better not worry about Dexter. He needs to worry about Bobby Lashley in the cage match, which was the main event. So it was Bobby Lashley versus the Miz in the cage match. Really good match. Obviously, Bobby Lashley has just come on leaps and bounds since he was last in the WWE. He is literally top tier, where I feel he needs to hold a big title. They need to strip one of the titles from Roman and give it to Bobby. He needs to hold the title. But anyway, in the cage match, it was being dominated by Bobby, but really it wasn't. In fact, in the beginning, Bobby got jumped by Ciampa and Miz. They beat him down before the bell was rang, literally pillar to post, which obviously Bobby was at a disadvantage going into the match. Miz, they basically had the match won, but he was climbing up the ring, and as he was climbing down, he looked down and Dexter was under the ring looking up, so he climbed back in and then got speared and Lashley won. And then Dexter choked out Miz in the ring. So then on to SmackDown, the Brawling Brutes and Sheamus went against Team Gunter. Let's call it Team Gunter or Imperial. Really good match, but Team Imperial won. Then Sammy and the Usos come out to introduce a new member of the Bloodline, who obviously helped Roman Reigns win at Clash of the Castle, which is Solo Soa. Solo Sawahi, I believe his name is. So he came out saying he's there, he's going to hold it down, he's the bloodline. Then Drew came out with a chair, gunning for blood, obviously. Then we had Raquel and Aaliyah, the tag team champions, the women's tag team champions versus Toxic Attraction in a really good match. Aaliyah won and Raquel won. Then we had a four-way match. I think it was a four-way or five-way match. Io Sky, Natalya, Lacey Evans, Ronda Rousey and Sonya Deville for the number one contendership against Liv Morgan, the SmackDown Women's Champion. And in the end, Ronda Rousey won. So we're probably going to see a rematch there. Then in the back, Soda gives Sammy props because when Drew came out, obviously he went mad. He went to go and hit Soda with a chair, but instead he hit Sami Zayn. So Soda gave him his props. And then Jay was like hating, like, hey, don't listen to Sammy. Yeah, see you later, basically. It's quite funny. Then we had the Maximum Male Models and Los Laferios. I believe I pronounced it right. Was that how I pronounced it? So I think I got it right. Versus the Street Profits and Hit Row. Really good match, but for some reason MMM are just used to be squashed. So obviously Street Profits and Hit Row won. Then the Alpha Academy came out ripping the crowd in Seattle, basically giving throwing bad jibes, bad jokes at the crowd, which then Braun Strowman came out and basically cleaned house again. So Braun Strowman is here, everybody. Then in the main event, it was Drew versus Solo Salawa. Sorry, so I'm just going to call him Solo. I've always butcher the names. There was a lot of interference from the Usos, then the Street Profits came down, and then the match didn't end. Just basically there's loads of interference, and because Drew was about to win, about to hit Claymore, then everyone just jumped in, and then Drew ends up getting choked out by none other than Karrion Kross. So we will see what happens then. So that's a feud that's going to start up. So thank you for watching. There's your roundup in about 7 minutes of Raw and SmackDown. So if you could like and subscribe and leave a comment, that would be great. Take care.